an opportunity arose, and we decided to have a Halloween chat room. It was a special haunted house theme where everyone would show up with a costume or a fake name instead of their actual username. We had a lot of guests.
We did. We had a lot of guests. It was really kind of a fun time. And actually, I think we should probably do it again without the prank this time.
We can try.
Yeah. So, who was in the chat room with us? We had, let's see, who's on your list? Creed.
Right.
And the Joker. And Dolly Parton. And Killface, which eventually ended up being Awesome X. And Daisy Duck. And Freeloader. They were all in the chat room. Of course, these are disguises for people who are actually employees of Medford.
Right. Yep. Disguise, so no one knew who we were.
Yep.
There were a few more. I think Joan came in there a couple times, or for a little while.
And she had a username, but we aren't sure what it is offhand right now. Can't remember.
There were a lot. I mean, there were a lot of different names, and a couple people were switching.
Yeah. I know that ITC was there, and then I don't know, some other folks came from Medford too.
Yeah, they popped in.
Yeah. So these are the names that were like in our heads still from that event. So anyhow, it was really interesting because this Freeloader character ended up being like a surfer kind of pothead.
Surfer, lazy, I don't know, laid back. Very laid back.
Yeah.
But cool.
Yeah, he's very cool.
Very. Mm-hmm.
Very cool, definitely. And he certainly did like Daisy Duck. Mm-hmm.
I think Daisy Duck eventually...
Eventually liked him back? Is that what happened?
Yes.
Yeah, that's nice.
She fell for him, eventually.
Well, his boyish charm, I suppose, is what it was.
And little did the rest of the room know, Daisy Duck and Freeloader were dropping little subtle hints in their chatting back and forth to each other, so that they kind of were figuring out who they were.
Yep.
Once they figured out who they were,
then it was a real show, let me tell you. So the chat went on like that for a while, and then when the evening came to a close, no one really knew who each other were yet, because no one had really disclosed that piece of information. And then we had the chat room, or not the chat room, the thread.
yes,
That
Halloween
people
thread.
were disclosing who they were. They were saying, I was this person or whatever. But still, we didn't know who Free was. We had no idea at all. Until that one fateful night when Sam and I were in the chat room with Rob and Q. And all of a sudden, Freeloader popped up and started hitting on Sam. And I was like, what is this? This is so inappropriate, right?
Right, it was. It was out of hand.
It was really... But for
It was
a
kind
while...
of shocking, I think.
Yeah, it was kind of shocking. I was like...
Everybody else was in their regular username,
Right.
clearly identified.
Right. And then here's Freeloader coming back in with this attitude that, he's the cool guy who's going to open up a bag of chips and lay on the couch. So, I don't know. Anyway, so I decided to fight with him. I was like, look, you know what? I don't know who you are. You need to identify who you are, because otherwise you're going to have to just leave, because it's just not going to work out. And he was pretty persistent. He was like, oh, chill and stuff like that, and telling me to, cool off and lay back and whatever. And I was pretty ticked.
You were.
Definitely pretty ticked.
You really were.
And, of course,
You were
Q...
protecting me.
I was. Because,
nice.
I love you, So, Rob and Q started telling him, back off, because, you're really getting Amy mad, And, eventually I just, let him know who Freeloader was, and it was me. Yes, I had a full conversation with Freeloader and Amy. It was very difficult, actually.
Well, you were arguing with yourself.
I was. The many voices in my head. Anyhow, so that was our prank on Q and Rob. And ever since then, we decided it was a boys against girl thing, kind of. And it became Team Same, because SAM is Sam and AME is Amy. And then Team Barbecue, how did that start?
I think they figured that out on their own. I mean, our Team Same Thing came to be in the room together. We realized it.
Yeah, we realized it together because we were in the chat room. We're like, oh, look at that. Our names are pretty much the same if we combine them. And I don't know how BBQ came about. That's
like a lot of thinking.
It did.
It was kind of a stretch at first. We were like, what is this?
And they had to hire male models to be in their logo.
Well, they're paid, supposedly.
Yeah, well, you know about them. So anyhow, that is the story behind the teams, and now you all know Medford. Medford, how you doing? It's Amy here and
Samantha,
and we are here to explain okay. Was pretty hot actually. Right?
I think he did.
Yeah, definitely did. I mean, he was hitting on you like mad, right?
And eventually, I think he won Daisy over.
Yeah, definitely. And as you can tell from the fact that I just gave it away when I said he was hitting on you, Sam was Daisy, and I was Freeloader. And this is not really what I want to say because I wanted to. Another night, another dream, but always you. It's like a vision of love. Daisy Duck, and it began to make some of the other guys that were there uncomfortable. I'm sorry, my cat is like on the table underneath the camera. Hold on a minute, I'm gonna take a picture of it.
Who are you, goofball? Oh my gosh. Come here.
Which is the question, if you all know him. He's our Shrootbucks leader. I like to say that over and over again just to stick it to him. The Shrootbucks leader, the Shrootbuck leaders. Okay, that's what I get for trying to tease him. Anyhow, I gotta start that part over. It's okay, we can splice it. Hello, Medford. It's Amy.
And Sam.
And we are... did I just say where?